The biggest event of the year, Mr. Olympia 2025, is almost here. It's happening from October 9th to 12th in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the legendary Resorts World Theater. That's where the greatest bodybuilders on the planet will battle it out for the sport's most coveted prize, the iconic Sando Trophy. It's the moment when months, or better yet, years, of sacrifice and discipline all come down to just a few minutes under the stage lights. But the Olympia isn't just a competition. It's the ultimate symbol of human potential, a celebration of strength, discipline, and the mind-body connection. Since 1965, it's brought together the best athletes in the world, and every edition becomes a milestone in bodybuilding history. This year, the excitement is off the charts, not just because of the incredible lineup, but because this new generation of athletes is redefining what physical perfection really means. For those who can't make it to Vegas, the entire event will be streamed live on pay-per-view, giving fans around the globe the chance to watch every pose, every turn, and every moment of tension as the judges decide who will become the next king of the stage. According to the organizers, this year's production will be the most cinematic ever. High-definition coverage, exclusive backstage footage, and all the drama that makes Olympia weekend unforgettable. Another big talking point is the record-breaking prize money announced by Dan Solomon, the president of the Olympia. He confirmed that this will be the most rewarding edition in the competition's history, a true reflection of not only the athlete's talent, but also the sport's explosive global growth. It's clear that bodybuilding is becoming more professional, respected, and mainstream than ever before. Fans are also hyped about the many categories that make up the show. Beyond the headline event, men's open bodybuilding, where the giants battle for the Sando, there will be fierce competition in classic physique, men's physique, bikini, figure, fitness, women's physique, wellness, and Ms. Olympia. Each division celebrates its own ideal of symmetry, proportion, and detail, showing how bodybuilding has evolved to embrace different forms of physical excellence. The reigning champion, Samson Dauda, made history as the 19th athlete ever to claim the Sando. In 2024, he stunned the world by dethroning fan favorites like Derek Lunsford and Hadi Choopan, winning over the crowd with his rare blend of size, symmetry, and charisma. Now, in 2025, he returns not just as the man to beat, but as a symbol of a new era in modern bodybuilding, more technical, more strategic, and more unpredictable than ever. So who's your pick this year? Will Samson pull off the back-to-back win and become a two-time Mr. Olympia, or will a new name rise among the giants? Drop your prediction in the comments. Olympia 2025 isn't just a competition. It's shaping up to be a spectacle of historic proportions. When the lights hit the Olympia stage, what the audience sees is pure greatness, muscle, shine, power, and presence. But what really decides who takes the Sando home goes way deeper than size alone. Behind every pose is a detailed judgment process, where a panel of seasoned experts examines every inch of the athlete's physique. They're the ones who determine who truly stands at the absolute peak of human physical form. Competitors must perform 8 mandatory poses, the heart of the judging process. These include the front double biceps, front lat spread, side chest, back double biceps, back lat spread, side triceps, abdominals and thighs, and the legendary most muscular, which usually closes the show. Each pose highlights different muscle groups and reveals how well the athlete controls their body and stage presence. The first judging factor is muscularity, the total mass and density of the body. Judges look at how much muscle an athlete carries relative to their frame and proportions. But it's not just about being huge, density matters too. The muscle has to look solid, detailed, and full. You can be massive, but if your physique lacks detail and density, you'll lose points fast in front of trained eyes. Next comes one of the toughest aspects, symmetry and proportion. The ideal physique should look like a perfectly balanced sculpture, shoulders, arms, legs, and torso all in harmony, with no single part overpowering the rest. Each side of the body should mirror the other. Judges are essentially searching for balance, a perfect fusion of power and aesthetics, of muscle and art. And then there's conditioning, maybe the most brutal challenge of all. This is where definition and separation come into play. Deep cuts, visible veins, and that paper-thin skin that shows every detail. It's the legendary shredded look, the one that makes the crowd gasp when the athlete hits the lights. Reaching that level requires surgical precision in diet and exact control of water and carbs in the final days before the show. It's not just about the physique. Stage presentation is what turns a competitor into a real showman. Every move has to be controlled. Every transition between poses needs to flow like a rehearsed choreography. This is where charisma, confidence, and presence come together with technique. An athlete can have the best body in the world, but if he doesn't know how to present it, he's got no chance of reaching the top. And that mix, technique, proportion, and showmanship, is exactly what makes Mr. Olympia so captivating. In the end, the winner isn't just the guy with the most muscle, but the one who can tell a story through his physique. The reigning champion, Samson Dauda, known as the Nigerian Lion, is the man to beat. In 2024, he proved that the right blend of size, proportion, and charisma can still outperform sheer muscle density. This year, Samson has shocked fans again, posting updates showing a jaw-dropping 328 pounds, 149 kilograms, of mass in the off-season, and he plans to step on stage around 300 pounds, 136 kilograms, even leaner and more detailed. He's carrying the weight of the crown and the responsibility to prove he wasn't just a one-time phenomenon. With just days left before the event, his latest updates show a fuller, denser physique, suggesting that a second title isn't just possible, it's his declared mission. But he knows the competition ahead of him is more motivated than ever. The biggest challenge to the champ is Derek Lunsford, the 2023 Mr. Olympia and one of the most consistent athletes of the modern era. Derek already defeated Samson earlier this year at the 2025 Arnold Classic, setting the stage for a massive rematch. After a rough year marked by personal losses and pressure, Derek came back stronger, mentally and physically. Training alongside Ramon Dino helped him refine his symmetry and muscle detail, especially in his chest and abs, which now show incredible separation. Lunsford brings the perfect balance of density and aesthetics, a complete, modern champion's physique. And most importantly, he already knows what it feels like to beat Dauda, giving him a powerful psychological advantage. On the other side stands Hadi Choopan, the embodiment of discipline and experience. The Persian Wolf skipped all other shows this year to focus solely on the Olympia, a clear statement of intent. The 2022 champion has been training in silence, keeping his physique updates under wraps, a move that's keeping fans and analysts guessing. Known for his insane conditioning, Hadi looks like he's carved from granite, with muscle separation that seems almost unreal. If legends like Ronnie Coleman are right, Hadi might just be the one to take it all back. And if he does, he'll become only the second man in history to reclaim the Sando, a feat achieved so far only by Jay Cutler. Another name you simply can't ignore is Nick Walker, a true phenomenon of size and intensity. After 2 seasons out due to injuries, the mutant is back, with cleaner lines, a tighter waist, and still that freakish size that leaves everyone speechless. And when I say huge, I mean massive. Many believe that if he brings the same conditioning he showed at the New York Pro, he could seriously challenge the very top. After 2 years away from the Olympia due to injuries and metabolic issues, Nick has returned stronger than ever. In 2025, he's already won the New York Pro and impressed at the Pittsburgh Pro, displaying a much improved midsection, fixing his most criticized weak point. Known for his freaky look, extreme volume, vascularity, and thickness, Walker seems to have finally found the balance between size and aesthetics. If he nails his peak perfectly, he could be Dauda's biggest threat yet. For Nick, this Olympia is personal, a mission to prove he still belongs among the sport's absolute elite. What makes it all so interesting is that each of these athletes represents a different philosophy of bodybuilding. Samson embodies modern aesthetics and harmony. Derek stands for balance between strength and beauty. Hadi is the image of consistency and discipline, and Nick personifies raw intensity, the extreme edge of muscle mass. This clash of styles is what makes the Olympia so unpredictable, because in the end, it's not just about who's the biggest, but who can combine all of it into one masterpiece of a physique. With this quartet of titans, Mr. Olympia 2025 is shaping up to be nothing short of a war of styles, where each athlete steps on stage carrying not just muscle, but an entire legion of fans and the pride of a nation behind him. But it's not just the big favorites who make history at Mr. Olympia. In many editions, it's the dark horses, the underdogs who show up quietly but come fully prepared, who end up stealing the spotlight and completely changing the course of the competition. And in 2025, there's a pack of athletes ready to do exactly that. Martin Fitzwater, Andrew Jack, Rafael Brandao, Baruz Tabani, William Bonac, and Big Ramy. Each of them brings a unique style and a story of resilience that could turn the Las Vegas stage into a true battlefield of surprises. Among the new standouts, Martin Fitzwater and Andrew Jack represent the next generation in full force. Fitzwater stands out for his balanced aesthetics and full, round muscle bellies, while Andrew, blessed with jaw-dropping genetics, continues refining his physique season after season. Both are seen as the potential future of the Olympia, and a strong finish in 2025 could be the defining moment that launches their careers to the next level. But the list of threats doesn't end there. Rafael Brandao, from Brazil, is arriving in the best shape of his life, combining proportion, elegance, and volume like never before. Baruz Tabani, after years of waiting for his chance to compete internationally, is finally stepping onto the Olympia stage, ready to shock the world with his trademark Iranian density and aesthetics. And of course, veterans like William Bonac and Brandon Curry, both over 40, continue to bring physiques worthy of a top 6 finish, proving that experience still plays a huge role in this game. And finally, you can't talk about surprises without mentioning Big Ramy, the Egyptian Colossus and two-time Mr. Olympia champion, 2020 to 2021. After taking time away from competition, Ramy has promised a comeback worthy of his legacy. If he can bring back the legendary shape he displayed in 2020, the entire outcome of the show could change overnight. His biggest challenges remain the same, controlling his waistline and tightening up his legs. But one thing's certain, if the Egyptian giant shows up on point, no one is safe. Every Olympia marks a clash between generations, and 2025 promises to be the year when the new wave challenges the legends. With every season, we see athletes who don't just impress with muscle, but bring new proportions, fresh energy, and a modern vision of what the sport can be. Mr. Olympia 2025 will be the stage where the next generation of bodybuilding faces off against the icons, and 7 names in particular are set to shake things up. From Germany, Urs Kalasinski is one of the brightest stars of the season. After establishing himself in classic physique, he shocked fans by moving up to the open division, weighing in at around 261 pounds, 118 kilograms, and winning major titles like the Pro Muscle Italy Pro. Blending classic proportions with modern volume, Urs is already being hailed as a legitimate future contender for the Olympia crown. From Colombia, Rubiel Nexilla Mosquera has stunned the scene with his size and commanding stage presence. After tightening his conditioning, he won both the Flex Weekend Italy Pro and the Mr. Big Evolution Portugal Pro. With a physique often compared to Ronnie Coleman's, he represents the unstoppable rise of Latin American bodybuilding. Gudvito Ugalnikov, the Russian-Brazilian powerhouse, made waves with his performance at the Arnold Classic South America. Known for his massive arms, tight aesthetic lines, and praise from legends of the sport, Gudvito could make a major impact if he nails his conditioning in his Olympia debut. Tonio Burton, from the US, secured his spot by winning the Legion Sports Fest Pro. He's known for his symmetrical, aesthetic look, broad shoulders, narrow waist, and sharp detail. This year, he's aiming to come in even leaner and more refined to go head-to-head with the top names. From China, Chenglong Shun, champion of the Hanji China Pro 2025, carries the weight of representing Asia's growing presence in the sport. His incredible discipline and razor-sharp conditioning could make his Olympia debut a historic moment for Chinese bodybuilding. Seizan Aratai, from the UK, punched his ticket by winning the Toronto Pro. Without the same hype as others, he makes up for it with consistency, a balanced physique, and excellent conditioning. Exactly the kind of athlete who can capitalize if one of the favorites slips. Finally, Brett Wilkin, another American standout known for his massive, symmetrical build, is set to make his Olympia debut amid high expectations. Still fine-tuning his conditioning, he's part of this new generation that isn't here just to participate. They're here to compete at the highest level. Mr. Olympia isn't just a competition. It's a tradition that's shaped physical and mental perfection for nearly 6 decades. Since its creation in 1965, the event has stood as the ultimate dream for any bodybuilder. Every Sando trophy ever raised represents not just an individual victory, but a new chapter written in the story of human strength. And when we look back at the champions of the past, we understand the true weight of stepping onto that stage. Now, as Olympia 2025 draws near, that legacy is being renewed once again. Today's athletes compete under the shadow of legends, aiming not only to win, but to carve their names alongside the greats. What's at stake isn't just a title. It's the chance to be remembered alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, and Ronnie Coleman. It's the dream of immortality that pushes every competitor to break their limits. Because in the end, Mr. Olympia is so much more than muscles and trophies. It's about legacy, about men who challenge the impossible and inspire millions to believe the human body can become a living work of art. And in 2025, with a new generation ready to shine, bodybuilding prepares to enter a new era, one where the past and the future meet under the bright lights of Las Vegas, the stage where the gods of iron are born. And now we've reached the most anticipated moment, the expectations for Mr. Olympia 2025. After months of preparation, fierce rivalries, and unbelievable physical transformations, the Las Vegas stage is ready to crown the best bodybuilder on the planet. Everything points to one of the most competitive editions in history, a true battle of titans, where even the smallest mistake could decide who takes home the Sando. At the center of the spotlight stands the main quartet: Samson Dauda, Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, and Nick Walker. Each one carries a powerful story. Samson, the reigning champion, is out to prove his reign wasn't luck, but the start of a new era. Experts have already started placing their bets. Many believe the title fight will come down to Samson Dauda versus Derek Lunsford, two athletes who represent the peak of modern bodybuilding. But some argue that Hadi Choopan, with his razor-sharp Iranian precision, could steal the show. Others predict a full-blown comeback, with Nick Walker returning to the stage to finally fulfill the dream that's been 2 years in the making. The only certainty? At this level, even the smallest slip could cost the crown. Beyond the result, there's a bigger, symbolic question in the air. What will Mr. Olympia 2025 represent for the future of the sport? Will it mark the beginning of a new, more aesthetic era, defined by balance, flow, and symmetry? Or will it confirm that sheer density and raw power still define bodybuilding's greatest champions? The answers will come under the blazing lights of Las Vegas, in front of millions watching around the world. This year's Olympia lineup is shaping up to be one of the strongest and most unpredictable in recent memory. We've never seen such a mix of talent, experience, and hunger on one stage. On one side, legendary veterans seeking redemption. On the other, hungry newcomers ready to make history. It's a clash of generations, a war of styles, and the ultimate celebration of human dedication, all unfolding in Las Vegas, the true temple of world bodybuilding. Every athlete stepping on that stage carries far more than muscle. They carry dreams, sacrifices, and years of silent work. Behind every pose lies a story, a journey marked by pain, persistence, and an unshakable belief in the impossible. And that's what makes the Olympia magical. It's not just a show of bodies, but a spectacle of resilience. A reminder that the limits of the body are just the beginning when the mind decides to win. Now it's your turn, bodybuilding fan. Who do you think will lift the Sando this year? Will Samson Dauda defend his crown and join the elite ranks of 2-time champions? Or will we see Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford, or Nick Walker completely rewrite history? Drop your predictions in the comments. We want to know who you're rooting for and which physique inspires you the most. And if you enjoyed this video and want to keep following the best stories from the past and present of bodybuilding, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the channel grow and reach more people who love this sport as much as you do. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because there's still a lot of exclusive content coming, including behind-the-scenes coverage and all the results from Olympia 2025. If you'd like to support the project even more, consider becoming a channel member and joining our growing community. And of course, don't leave just yet. Check out the video that's on your screen right now, where we dive into another incredible story from the world of bodybuilding. One that'll inspire you and show exactly why this sport is so captivating. Click it and come continue this journey with us. See you in the next video. And until then, focus, strength, and faith in the process.